Hey, Gene, what's up, man? Listen, thanks for having us at your house today. We really appreciate it a lot, you know? I want you to meet my friends. This is Don.
Hey, Jean-Claude, nice to meet you.
And this is Jeff.
Hi, Jean-Claude.
And I think you already know Benny.
This guy's a joke thief. He stole my whole bit. You remember my bit? You remember, right? You remember my bit? The samurai gynecologist bit? You remember that? The punchline? Do you like sushi? He stole the whole friggin' bit, this guy. He's a joke thief.
Is that true, Jean-Claude? Huh? Is that true? Did you steal Benny's joke?
Oh, come on, Gene. Come on, man. Let's be honest. I heard you say that on stage a couple of times, man.
No!
Oh, really? I'm about to give this guy a fresh snack. I can feel it. Listen, Jean-Claude, just admit that you stole Benny's joke, and you'll never do it again.
Not on your life.
That's it. That's it. I've had it with this friggin' phony bastard. You're Arnold Schwarzenegger's clone. They cloned you from the head of Arnold Schwarzenegger's penis. You couldn't make the Arnold Schwarzenegger's ball bag. All right? How dare you steal? You don't go into a comedy club and steal material, all right? We all write our own jokes. You're a friggin' I've had it with this guy. I am gonna kick his steroid-induced muscular ass.
You and what army?
That's not cool, man. That is not cool.
Whoa, hey, whoa, put down the gun now. Chill. What is that, AK-47? Put that down now, Jean-Claude.
Hold the gun!
Stand down. Stand down, please. Stand down.
Do you like sushi?
Hey, everybody, and welcome to Put Up, Shut Up, and Stand Up right here on GubsRadio.com, Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and Boxcast. And like my good friend Ken Pichello always says, we on TV! And yes, indeed, we are, folks. We have another great show for you today. We have special guests. Sheilah Smiley, the very funny comedian Sheilah Smiley, will be joining us. She's just a great human being. I love her. I think you guys are too. We also have the great Tom Shillue from Fox News, The Red Eye, and also the great Gutfeld Show. Hilarious guy. Great interview with him as well. And then we also have the premiere of another Ken Pichel PUSUSU original song and video will be airing today. So make sure you check this out. It's a lot of fun. Ken Pichel always brings it. And also we have Kevin Hart and Ice Cube will be kind of evaluating our show today and kind of chiming in throughout the show and letting us know their thoughts on each segment. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So it's going to be a great one. So without further ado, I'm your host, Don Sill, and here's my good buddy, Benny Rizzuti. Benny, how you doing, pal?
Hey, Don, what a show, baby. Yeah.
Yes. This is
Wow.
going to be a lot of fun. We have a lot of things to do. And I'm hoping that this week, the Facebook police don't shut us down. The last few weeks they've been, you could air the show live. So if you're watching this now, chances are you're seeing it live. And then they take it down and everyone has to go to YouTube to watch the full episodes.
What is with that? The Facebook police, you're right. They're taking us down for some copyright infringement or some
It's so touchy. Facebook and all these, social medias are so touchy. YouTube is a lot more friendly in that regard. So if you want to watch the show, the full episodes, or even I cut out just the interviews. So if you just want to watch portions of the show, those are all available on our YouTube page as well. So we'll take this opportunity, everyone, if you go on YouTube and subscribe to us, Put Up, Shut Up, and Stand Up on YouTube. And then you could see all these things uninterrupted. But, I love Facebook. It's just that they're very strict, and they're not just some guys. Some shows they'll just mute. They'll mute out the portion for us to taking the whole show down. So it's kind of frustrating.
What'd you say?
What'd you say?
Kind of frustrating. Benny, don't you just want to just fly away? Just get away from it all?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, there were times that I wish I had a space shuttle, had my own space shuttle, and just go away on vacation for a while and just get away. Just if I had wings, I'd never be here. If I had wings, I'd probably be flying over a garbage truck or something. No, if I had wings, I would be flying over rooftops where I knew people who were sunbathing, topless sunbathers. Yeah, baby. Which reminds me of a story. Superman was flying. He was flying over Metropolis, and he's flying, and he sees on a rooftop, he sees Wonder Woman laying out, sprawled out, naked, and he gets this idea. You know what? I'm gonna go down there and I'm gonna give Wonder Woman a quickie without her. And he goes down and boom, 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 takes off. And Wonder Woman says, "What the hell was that?" And the Invisible Man says, "I don't know, but my asshole is killing me."
Nice. There you go. A Rizzuti classic, folks.
A classic. I don't know if we can air this joke though.
We can air it.
That's a very offensive. That's a rape joke now.
That's true.
Superman could be Me Too'd by Wonder Woman. Do you realize that?
That actually is a rape joke. Yeah. Now you say it.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's why I'm like, I told it to you, and then I'm thinking, while I'm telling it, I'm like, I gotta tell the joke, but this is a rape joke now.
Wow.
Now people won't laugh at this, and that joke was actually in a movie too.
I think it's already trending on Twitter right now. Superman is canceled. Benny, have you ever flew in a hot air balloon?
No, I never have, and I'm definitely afraid of being in a hot air balloon. No control.
I was in a hot air balloon a few times. I was filming a documentary for a hot air balloon guy. His name is Brian Hoyle. He was the PA announcer for the Carolina Hurricanes, but also a hot air balloon pilot.
Wow.
And I got to learn a lot about hot air ballooning by doing that documentary, and I got to fly in a hot air balloon quite a few times, and it is very peaceful but scary. I'm afraid of heights, but for some reason I felt safe in that basket, which is crazy. And when you're up there, you feel like you're floating on a cloud. It's just such a smooth ride. It's unlike anything you've ever been a part of. It's not like a car. It's not like a motorcycle. Not like a bicycle. It's not like a plane. You're just kind of floating, and it's so weird and surreal, but kind of really nice. And one time I was filming him because, like I said, and he's in the basket. It's a two-man basket. It's very tight, and I'm filming him, but I want to get a wider shot, So sometimes the world is different behind the lens. Reality suspends itself a little bit. So I'm like kind of trying to get back in this, and I'm leaning back, and then all of a sudden I look down, and have one cheek over the basket, and I'm like, holy shit, we were about a mile up, man. And there's nothing to save me. If I would have fell out, that's it. I'm done. It's over. Game over.
No rope to grab, not like the movie.
No, there's nothing. I would have just tumbled out, and that would have been the end. The end, man. So after that moment happened, I was like shook up a little bit because I'm filming, so I kind of lost track of things. But yeah, hot air balloons, man. You should try it. I think everyone should try it at least once.
Yay. All right. Well, all right. Yeah.
My name is Silvio Dante. My friend Don Sil, he's got a great show. What's it called?
Put up, stand up, and shut up. No, put up, shut up, and stand up. I keep getting that wrong.
Put up, what is it again?
Put up, shut up, and stand up.
I don't know the name of it, but everybody else does.
Put up,
shut up, or stand up. Right? Put up, shut up, stand up.
Put up, stand up, and shut up.
We'll start over.
No, that's good.
Put up, stand up, shut up.
Put up, shut up, and stand up. You gotta watch Put Up, Shut Up, and Stand Up with Don Sills. We just had a fucking blast.
That's what I thought. Put up, shut up, stand up. That's what I was gonna say.
He had the crustiest toenails, friends, that you ever want to see. I want everybody to just lift your hands to Brother Jim and let's pray that as he goes through the pearly gates, that his toenails don't cut Jesus. Hallelujah.
All right, everybody. Our first guest today is a very funny comedian who is also the CEO of the Happy Hour Comedy Power. She is the Happy Healer. Here she is, folks. Sheilah Smiley.
Woo-hoo!
Sheilah, how are you?
DS and the hizzy, baby.
Yes.
Still, the
Yes.
man with the will to keep comedy alive, because we are all in the strive. I just hashtag dropped that mic.
Oh, yes. Drop that mic. Hashtag drop that mic with Sheilah Smiley. Sheilah, you are amazing. You look terrific. How have you been?
I just want you to know I put on makeup for you, dude. Okay? Because
Wow.
I literally haven't had makeup on since the quarantine. All right? And all my male friends was like, just do a hat and lipstick and eyeliner. You good. I'm like, okay, let's just do it. All my male friends told me that, not my females.
Right. Yes. If the female friends would probably tell you always look your best, I guess.
No, they was like, hell no, go on there. Don't even put deodorant on or brush your teeth. They was like, this is feminine rising. It's quarantine. You ain't gotta look good for nobody.
There you go.
I was like, yes, and all my male friends was like, don't listen to those bitches. They don't want you to thrive. I was like, okay.
Well, I would have loved you either way. I think you look great. I love the shirt, the tie-dye.
I have on no pants, Don. This is a bodysuit. I'm ass out from the bottom. I'm just letting you know. This is the thing. The quarantine has really allowed me to be free from the bottom down, which has always been a fantasy.
Happy Super Soul Sunday, beautiful souls. Pinky and I are bringing you so much love, light, and laughter this moment. Whatever you are dealing with, we are helping you to ground those energies to help you release.
I'm loving you. You have so much positive energy. And in these times that we're going through between the COVID and the protests and all these issues, these big major league issues, to have the positive mindset.
Yes.
How do you hold up with this wonderful positive
God, garage on down low. That's what God is. No, seriously, my whole life, Don, has always been God. Like, no matter what. I mean, I've crawled the floor. I've been super low and low vibrational. But I've learned very early that being depressed, sad, crying all the time, worried, stressed out, cussing, fussing, that literally does not change a fucking thing. It makes you feel worse. To come to a conversation completely dark, full of dark energy, sad, depressed, worried, it doesn't change anything. But what does change everything is how you bring your energy to a conversation and being lighthearted and being playful. I know right now as comedians, really not much shit is funny. So this is the time where true comedians are rising, because you got to pick up rocks and shit. You got to be like, is any comedy under there? Rock, are you? Oh, yeah. Oh, there's ants getting it on. Yeah, this is some funny shit. I'm going to just put it out there. So we got to dig. This is not, you can't get up there and talk about your grandmother anymore. You can't talk about your boyfriend or your girlfriend. I mean, people are dying. So you got to really go deep as a comedian. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. And you got to confront these issues. Like you said, the days of talking about your significant other and those type of jokes have kind of gone away, because you can't.
My significant other. I just want you to know, ain't nothing been going on since quarantine. So Don, if you want to hit me up later, I'm just saying.
That sounds like a plan.
Well, sex is the big thing now. I'm just saying, can't nobody get pregnant or disease.
Right.
Out there.
Yeah, the dating scene is very hard these days because everyone's, quarantine, 6 foot apart, masks. You don't know what the other person has. You have to take a temperature before you make out with, and then have them sign a waiver.
Like, I'm a germaphobe, Don. So this is so freaking, like, me and Jerry Seinfeld should be dating. He just got more money than me.
Right.
But I'm like a true germaphobe. I wash everything. I used to touch stuff with my elbow. Now I just blow doors open. I'll be like, in the name of Jesus, open. But people should have been practicing like super hygiene anyway. Casual sex, people walk in a room and they doing it. Right. Now everybody's like, oh no, you might have the COVID, you might have the Rona. We can't, no, we got to talk about this first.
Yeah, do you feel vindicated as a germaphobe? Like, hey, I told you so. I told you. Open things,
Yeah, people used to be like, Sheila, this is like, why are you so? I mean, if you came in my space, I was spraying you down. Because my space, I told everybody, I treat Facebook, all my social media, I treat it like my vagina. Everybody can't get it.
That's a good way.
I know this is early in the conversation. I'm hitting you with a lot of stuff, John, but seriously, all of this, I keep it clean and on lockdown, and everybody can't get in. That's how my social media is. I be cockblocking. He's nasty. He can't get in. Oh my gosh, he nasty. He can't get in. So how I am in life is how I am on social media. So I was locking everything down. I wash everything down. My mom taught me how to wash everything. We used to get beat, Don, if our asses wasn't clean. Mama would tell us to get in the tub, and she would literally do, I don't know if you ever she would do our skin like this. Hard, with her thumb, and if dirt came out, you got beat, and then she scrubbed you like you were a pan. So seriously, this is why I'm like such a germaphobe.
But I think that's a great cleaning tip is to keep it clean up like you would your vagina. I think that's the way to go.
Listen,
that's what I'm gonna approach it.
Look, everybody can't get in, and if you got a male vagina, stop letting everybody in. I'm just saying. So whether it's in the front or back, whatever hole is open, this is a good time to keep the hole closed and cleansed.
Exactly.
Just keep it closed and cleansed. So this is what I'm teaching now, and spiritual teachings here. This is all spiritual.
Yes, it's all spiritual, and this is a good time for the world to reset, start cleaning themselves properly, and
love each other. Like, seriously, what's happening on the planet now is it's been a long time coming down. We got to just keep it real.
Yeah.
Especially with racism. Okay, just in case people don't notice, you white, I'm black. Let's get that out the way.
Right.
I mean, let's deal with the obvious, right?
Right, that's
just because
true.
my hair is red, okay, I know some of y'all think I'm mixed. No, I'm completely 100% African American and Native American. I do got some Native. We all do, right?
Right.
But
Yeah.
So we gotta have these hard-ass conversations, the conversations that we've been thinking about for years and not really dealing with it. It's a freaking pimple that has burst now, because I'm about finding a way for us to come together. And the one blessed thing about comedy, humor heals. Humor. Why do you think the word humor is human is in humor? Humor brings humans together. It's a language like no other. Music and comedy, to me, is the divide that brings the bridge of life and human beings together. And so for me, we as comedians, we have an innate responsibility to transform this bullshit that's happening now, and not through hatred. Like I know it's a lot of comedians who are promoting hatred and anger and that has been their stick. But now those of us who are like conscious, like we can use our gifts to just create something so different here and heal people through laughter, and that's what I'm all about.
I agree, and I think that comedy is definitely a great unifier, because if we could all laugh at ourselves and find common ground amongst our differences, because at the end of the day, we're all humans, we're all the same species at the end of the day, right? We all
I cut you, you gonna bleed red. You ain't gonna bleed Italian.
Exactly.
You ain't gonna bleed white. You cut me, I'm gonna bleed red. If you boo-boo, your boo-boo might be green. Man's might be brown, but guess what? It's still boo-boo.
Right. And when you hear comedians talk about their families or the issues that they have at home, we could all kind of relate to those. We're all more alike than we think we are, or than what divides us. I think we're all more unified than we are divided if we allow it. And I think that comedy definitely helps open people's eyes to see that.
Yes.
And that's the beauty of comedy, because first, like, there's the old rules of comedy is first you laugh at them, then you laugh with them, and then you all laugh together.
And then you laugh your way into healing.
Exactly.
Don, my whole life with comedy has been a platform of healing. When I was growing up, I grew up in a black church. Okay, not a white church. I'm just saying. We didn't have white people there. We treated them like kings and queens. But I grew up in a church, right? A fiery, baptizing church. We loud. We shot our wigs off. All of that. And one time, I was in church, and I'll never forget it. This is a true story. There was a woman who was diagnosed with cancerous tumors in her uterus. And there was our praise and worship service was so high. I mean, Don, you would have flew if you came in there. You'd have just took wings and flew. That's how high. Meaning, when I say high, I mean it was just a spirit of love and worship in there. We were worshiping God. And then there was a spirit of laughter. For some reason, everybody in the church just started laughing. So I know that was God uplifting us. We just started. This woman laughed so hard. She laughed the tumor out of her vagina in church. This is the second time I said the word vagina during this call. I don't know what I'm sending you, what message I'm sending you, Don, but this is the second time. So listen to the spirit. So anyway, she laughed the freaking thing out of her. They got the cup. The ushers got a cup. I'm kidding you not. Now, I would have cut my hands off had I touched that. I would have been done at that time. But they got the cup. They put the tumor in it. They took her. They called the ambulance, took her to the doctor. Anyway, her tumor was gone. She came back to church the following week and testified.
I enjoy using your toilets, James.
Oh, I'm glad.
Thank you so much, sweetheart.
Anytime.
I just would not go in there for about 2 days, baby.
What?
Yeah, I'm just mama getting old, so sometimes things come out of me that ain't godly.
It's understandable.
That had a huge impact on me as a comedian. I was like, oh my God, this is powerful. So I started doing comedy tours called Humor Heals Tumor. And to this day, I still believe that. Jerry Lewis said it the other day. I love Jerry Lewis. I was watching one of his old interviews, and he said, comedy heals. And it does. And comedians who are missing that and just getting up there telling jokes just for the emptiness of it, they're missing an opportunity to really transform lives.
I couldn't agree with you more. And I do think that, the old saying is, comedy, laughter is the best medicine, and all of those type of things come from a real place.
It's interesting. People have known for some time that you feel better when you laugh, but now there's evidence to show that it lowers some of the stress hormones in your body, helps you lower some of the blood sugars in your bloodstream as well. It can be beneficial to your health overall.
I'm trying to laugh. I want to laugh so hard where I just have an orgasm. I don't need that's what I've been working on, like laughing so hard that I'll be I don't need anybody, especially doing coronavirus. Like and then I'm gonna do a comedy tour called Laughing Orgasms. It's gonna be sold out.
There you go.
You can headline it. Come on, Don. Let's do it.
I'll be there. I would love to laugh so hard that I have an orgasm. That would be terrific. I think I'm gonna start laughing, and then it'll be like, ha, ha, ha.
Right.
And then, and then be like, where's Don going? And I just run off. And now this is awesome. So now you are an incredible positive force. What I know you said that God and the power of God is what keeps it going, but you have to have your rough days.
Oh yeah, there's times where like I have breakdowns too. I had a recent breakdown, and I just, because of all of this energy on the planet, and I just, oftentimes I feel like I don't belong here. Like I'm, and I'm just ready to go. I've lost a lot of family members. So I no longer fear death. And I'm always like, okay, God, seriously, I'm done with this world. Like I want out, because it doesn't seem like it's getting better. And the other night I was up at 4 a.m. crying. It was energy of the planet, but it was also I'm tired of this. I was, the Ku Klux Klan was threatening this past weekend for the 4th of July. They were threatening in Atlanta. You couldn't pay me to live anywhere in Atlanta. Now I've done comedy shows there in the city, but in the mountains, hell no, because that's Klan territory. But they were threatening to every hour kill Black people during the holiday. So, because I have friends in the police station, they were sending me these. Then there was a Black militia who got hold of this information, and they all came together like the Black Panthers. It really reminded me of that, to protect my people. And they went to Klan land, and the video was just horrific, Don. And it just had such an impact on me. And I was like, oh my God, like this shit is real. We're still in 2020 dealing with being threatened by the KKK. Like, really, America? Like, we've had enough.
I agree, man. I think we've all, it's just been a crazy year. It seems like everything is getting thrown at us.
Yeah.
And the last thing that we need is a civil war or a race war.
Right.
And it's just, I think everyone can agree about the BLM movement, that it's an important thing, that Black lives do matter, and all lives ultimately matter, but Black lives right now, so somebody said it, I forget who it was, but it's like, if all houses matter, but you got to take care of the one house that's on fire.
Well, right. So it's like I post, a really dear white friend of mine created this incredible post, and it went something like, let me see if I don't know if you saw it. You should have did your homework, Don, but I gotta read it to you because it's so important. It says, this is my white friend. All my white friends have been posting this. It says, here we go. Hold on one second. It says, for my all lives matter friends. When the Boston Marathon was bombed, everybody did not say, hold on. When the Boston Marathon was bombed, everybody's profile picture changed to Boston Strong. Nobody said that Boston didn't need, saving. When Las Vegas shooting happened, people changed their profiles to Stand With Vegas. Nobody said Stand With Everywhere. But when people see Black Lives Matter, white people are thinking we're saying that their lives don't matter. Why? It's sad that we even have to fucking create an organization called Black Lives Matter.
I agree.
That's telltale right there. So it's not about, when we say Black Lives Matter, we're saying stop killing us. We're saying stop shooting us. We're saying stop taking our equal rights away. We're not saying other lives don't matter. And it's sad that we have to create an organization that says Black Lives Matter. So, this is an opportunity for us as a comedian. I'm telling you, Don, it's been one of my dreams to literally do a, like Jerry Lewis used to do those MS
telethons.
I have a dream to do a comedy telethon of complete dealing with racism in a loving way, not not bashing, like a lot of comedians make fun of Black people or Black people make fun of white people, but really dealing with issues that we should be talking about and dealing with, like just literally not even creating full sets. Like what I'm doing now, I don't write sets like I used to. The shit that's happening now, people are in the moment. So you want to be with them. So I'm learning more how to just go. Like, I'm trusting my comedy chops. I call on my comedy spirits. I get in on that platform and I just be with people. So whatever humor comes out of that shit, it comes because it's real. I'm no longer sitting down writing all these. Ain't nobody got time for that. People are hurting. So the comedy that's coming is coming really from the soul. And so I really like have this dream. We need to make it happen, Don, to do, especially with Zoom. We can do it now. We don't have to worry about booking out places, or, you know, people can be right there. And we have comedians from all over the planet doing it. We like doing it at, like, say we do it for 3 days straight, right, to just really make a difference. And have people get clarity on how can they have these hard conversations from a place of love and laughter. That's what it's about for me.
Yeah, I think that's good, because it goes back to how you were saying that comedy could heal, and comedy does heal. And if we get, I like your idea of a telethon, comedians, you know, kind of doing what we're doing right now, you know, facing the issues.
Like you do, yeah. I love how you organized your show. Like you have comics chiming in. You do the breaks. You do the interviews. You do have people writing in. Like, this is it. I love how you set it up. So cool. I'm putting it out there. I'm enrolling you and helping.
I would love to help out. and help, you know, kind of bring people back together again, because like you said, the world is broken, and we need to fix it. And it's got to start somewhere. And I think, like, to your point, I really do believe it too, that laughter can heal, and comedy can make a big difference.
God is good. I recently got one of those things that's real popular with all my gay friends now. What is it? A husband. Okay.
And I think it's important for us to all talk to each other, because I think a lot of times you do get a lot out of a conversation than you would, you know, this mob versus that mob. Because then I don't think anybody hears the other person, you know.
Right.
So you know, and I think too, like I was saying with Black Lives Matter, I think it's self-explanatory. I can't see anybody denying it. Like, okay, look, our people have been getting, you know, killed out there. Mm-hmm. We're having problems, or we're asking, you know, on the surface, I know there's many layers and levels to this, but on the surface, it's just stop killing us.
Right.
And I don't think anyone could, you know, counter that and say, oh no, we're going to continue on. It's fine.
They are, though. That's the problem. But they are. There's a ton of people doing that, and it's coming out more because of what's happening, you know, behind, like, all the protesters. I had so many of my non-Black friends protest with me, and I was just so moved, like, all over social media, all over the world. I mean, this is a global thing where everybody came together to say justice for George Floyd, and everybody was out there. And so it was a powerful movement. And you had white people arguing with other white people saying, why are y'all out here protesting for, like I'm over it, go home. I mean, the videos were everywhere. White guys coming up there with guns in Texas. Texas is crazy. Just absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
You know, so I just think, you know, the bottom line is that, you know, one of the great things about being in New York is the diversity here, and that it's not even about tolerance, but we really accept. And I know New York has had its history of racism and violence and all of that. I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. Don't tell nobody. My only claim to fame is the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and LeBron James, baby. Cleveland Indians suck, and they need to change the name of that baseball team. I'm just saying right now, it's been inappropriate for years, and now we need to change that.
Yeah. I think it's going to happen there.
Because the Redskins, they're even talking about the Redskins now, which, again, that should have been something else. So, look, everybody jumping on the band. The Native Americans like, yeah, let's get on the black band. We getting all this shit changed now. The people with no toes, yeah, we take that shit down. The short people, everybody jumping on the bandwagon. Get your card. Do you, boo? That's what I say.
Exactly. Now, I got one quick question about some of the protests, right? So I just want to know your take on this.
Okay.
So I saw I don't know if let's just say they're protesters. I don't know if they were Antifa or what they were. It was two white women or a group of white women that were protesting, and they're in the face of an African American police officer, and they're telling him about the BLM movement. They're telling him about Black Lives Matter. Now, do you think that's justified? Because when I see that, it actually annoys me, because that's still a black man, no matter if he's a police officer or not. And here he is getting yelled at or trying to get schooled by these white girls.
Are you afraid of police?
I have a question for you. You're white and you're telling this to two black police officers.
Yeah.
Do you see the problem with that a little bit?
No, I don't, because you know what? Just because I'm white and I haven't experienced racism myself doesn't mean I can't fight for justice. They're a part of the system. They're a part of the problem. Just because they're black doesn't mean they're not a part of the problem.
Gotcha.
I'm allowed to say this to whoever. Because I'm white. Racism is a white person's problem.
Yep.
Racism is my problem. I need to fix it. That's why I'm here talking to all of them. Black, white, fucking brown, purple.
What's your take on that? I'm just curious.
Well, there's a lot of comedy in that for sure.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's just the irony. Yeah, it's like upside.
You have to decide, am I a black person or a comedian? Anyway. Here's the thing with that. So I think in the heat of the moment, you know, one of the things I have to say about white women, see, like when I need to get shit done, I call all my white female friends. I be like, bitch, look, first of all, I need to get in this building. My credit is bad. Get my ass in the building. And then this person didn't do me right in the store. Like if I want shit, white women are crazy and they will get what you need. Especially if they feel like you the underdog. So I give shout out to my beautiful white female friends, because they don't take any shit, you know.
Right.
So when in the heat of the moment, you know, they just feel so justified in what they're doing. They don't see the black guy. They see an officer. They see an officer of the law. And, you know, I don't know what he was doing, if he was just doing his job and just standing there, but they see a police officer. It is pretty like the first thing you should be like, oh wait, hold on. He a black man. But they're seeing a badge, they're seeing a gun, right? And to me, what's more alarming is that what I hate and what's annoying to me is that the whole justice system, which is systematically racist, they use black police officers when this shit goes down to come out to, you know, calm the peace, to get the peace. You can talk to your people. They did it with Mike, you know, in Ferguson. They used the black police officer out there. And it's disgusting to me. It's disgusting that these guys, I couldn't imagine either dating a black police officer. I guess I do have two police officers in my family, and they're amazing guys, and I love them to death. But what they probably have to deal with, you know, choosing between the blue and the black and all of this. But for me, I definitely think enough of them are not speaking up or speaking out. It's just like the celebrities. Nobody wants to lose their job. Nobody, you know, I don't know if you've been seeing this whole thing within our community. There's a whole disrupt, because there's people who, you know, that we deem either Uncle Toms, and they're not really standing up. You got celebrities who aren't on the forefront leading, because their platform would make a difference. Other celebrities are calling out black celebrities saying, look, what the fuck are you doing? Get out here and help change this. Your platform is so big, you can speak out. And they're not. So it's like, come on. We all need, this is one voice. So it just like, it was the white people, the white women, the nurses back in, you know, slavery, who were leading, who were helping to support the cause behind the scenes. So we need everybody to be in the conversation. And those white women at that point in time, all they saw was a police officer. They were so in the heat of the moment. You know, and I'm sure he was probably saying, God damn, I mean, I am black. Do you not know that I know my fucking life matters, bitch? I know my life matters. I mean, you know, if I wasn't wearing this uniform, my ass would be shot or on the other side with y'all. He was probably thinking that. But he had to sit there and take it and not say anything. You know, so everybody is so overheated now, and we're not really using our, like, I don't even, common sense, that doesn't exist anymore. You know, there's no such, I don't even think it ever existed. Look at the free leader of the world. Look at this dude. And I don't know what the hell is going on about it. I mean, I think you would be better off running for this. This shit is crazy.
Well, that's why I'm happy we have a third option now. Kanye West just announced he's going to be running.
Are you serious? When did this happen?
As you probably could have guessed by this moment, I have decided in 2020 to run for president.
He just announced it over the 4th of July holiday, but now today he officially announced, he's even making his own party, and I'm not even making this up. It's called the birthday party, and that's gonna be.
Will you give me a blunt, please? You done just messed me up with this, Dom. You done messed me up. This is what I keep on hand. Right here. This fatty right here. This is my fatty. I'm spanking her because this is who gets me through. This is my. You asked how I make it through and stay so positive. This is the truth. It's all coming out, Don. This is the truth. And then when this don't work, here. This is what I grew up on. Right.
Oh,
here.
Nice. Yeah.
I toss this shit up like it's Coke 45, baby. Yes, I do. This is what I go to. Now I'm mixing this shit now. What you just told me about Kanye, I'm mixing it. I'm putting it in the bowl like it's Fruit Loops, dog.
I love this guy right here. Yeah, him in.
Yeah.
But Sheilah, you're an amazing human being. I'm so glad we had this conversation. This was terrific, and I would love to have you back on again soon. Definitely soon.
I appreciate you, brother, and we definitely got to talk about how we can do that comedy thon.
I'm down. I'm down. Count me in for sure. And maybe we could do this once a month or something like that. Me and you just kind of talk about the world, because I love your take on things, and it's awesome.
Next month, look, let's put it into existence. Next month, I want you to come dancing. I want you to come with some serious energy.
I'm not as good as you. I don't look as good dancing as you do.
You got it, Don. Yes. There you go.
All right. Yeah.
Out, brother.
There we go. Yes.
You a new grandpa. Wait, are you a new grandpa, or is this?
I am. This is my first granddaughter.
Wow.
Yeah. Yes.
You still looking sexy. Don't let nobody tell you just because you're a grandfather, you ain't got it going on. So now you got to have more energy for the baby.
Yeah.
Because she don't want, she got a young grandfather. She don't want you talking about, oh, I can't run after you. No, you go out, you go on in the street by yourself. She's 2 years old. You telling her to go get the bar herself. No.
You're right. I got to just get back in shape a little bit more, but I appreciate you. Where could people find you? Go ahead and plug your YouTube, your websites, whatever you got cooking.
Yeah, so I do have now listen, if you're not spiritual, don't bring your ass to my YouTube channel, because I actually do readings. That's on my channel. I do spiritual readings, but I do it humorously. So I'm not one of those serious, sad mediums. I'm not that. You're gonna laugh your ass off and get told the truth about yourself. So my YouTube channel is called Conversations with the Clairvoyant Comic. How cool is that?
Excellent. Love it.
Conversation with the Clairvoyant Comic.
Yeah, this is great.
So that's the YouTube channel. And then on Instagram, I'm Sheilah Smiley. And on Facebook, I'm Sheilah Smiley. So my first name, speaking of Rona, my first name is spelled Sheilah, like Rona. So Sheilah, and then Smiley, Smiley. So, you can find me there on Facebook. And again, my YouTube channel, Instagram, I do Instagram lives. So for me, comedy is healing, and that's what I do.
Well, you're an amazing person. I'm so happy that, like I said, I can't thank you enough for being on our show and letting us just kind of talk openly about all this stuff.
Yeah.
And I think it's a really positive thing. So
let's keep the conversation going. DS.
Yes.
Not BS, but DS, baby.
Yes.
Baby. Yes. This has been amazing. Thank you so much. And I wish you the best. I look forward to this again.
Yes, thank you so much. Sheilah Smiley, ladies and gentlemen.
Yay. All right. Yeah. Oh, well, all right.
So I want to ask you this question. Is it better to be loved or feared?
That's a good question.
Come on, who cares about that right now? All we need to do is laugh. So make sure that you watch Put Up, Shut Up, and Stand Up right here on GubsRadio.com.
How many times do I have to tell you? People don't respect him. They fear him. There's a big difference. You want to be somebody? Be somebody who works for a living and takes care of his family.
We on TV.
Okay, last week I said some very hurtful things about Chris Rock, and a lot of my fans came to me and I said, Miss Bumbaclad, that was very mean. Chris Rock, you look like Lauryn Hill with AIDS. but Chris, before I apologize to you, I just want to get these last three jokes. I want to get these last three jokes out of my system first, if you don't mind. Thank you. You look just like that abortion that Whoopi Goldberg had 40 years ago. You look like Viola Davis's clitoris. And my last joke is, you look like a dying roach who's just been sprayed with air freshener.
Man.
Hey, Benny, it's that time in the show again. Your favorite time. You know what it is?
It's my favorite time, so I should know what it is.
It is time.
I know what it is.
What is it?
It's my favorite time.
It is Professor Fedora's Top 5.
Well, hello, Dr. Fedora again, on the top 5 things that I've gone ahead and learned this week. What's number 5? What's I'm hearing that Kanye West wants to become president. What's that just as promising as...
I'm really happy for you. I'm gonna let you finish.
What's number 4? What's how appropriate that we're in phase 4. What's I can't wait to go to my favorite strip club. Wow, that's so exciting. What's number 3? What's I am hearing they're gonna go ahead and cancel the TikTok. What's how am I gonna go ahead and make my wipe it down video?
Wipe it down. Wipe.
What's number 2? I just had a quick question for everybody out there. Is it kind of rude to go to a pregnant woman and say, "Ha, he finished in you"?
Hello, dum-dum.
What's number 1? Continue watching all the wonderful episodes of PUSUSU. And don't forget to go to all the wonderful governors clubs. Once they're open, check them out. Check you next time.
All right, Benny. So what do you think of the show so far?
I love the show. I love it. I think this show is great. And I want to know how Kevin Hart and Ice Cube feel about the show. Cool. Hey, also, I want to ask both of you guys, would you ever come to Sicily with me and hang out? We'll have a nice Italian party.
Yes.
Yes.
So, Benny, we have Ken Pichelle has another song premiere, another PUSUSU original that he wrote and recorded himself, sent it in. We put a video to it, and this is the world premiere of PUSUSU in the Dark. Are you ready for this?
I am excited for this. I am tantillated.
Well, here it is, ladies and gentlemen. Ken Pichelle and PUSUSU in the Dark.
Cool.
The message can't be much clearer. Radio's on and it's Gov's comedy. What's behind me in the mirror? Oh, that's right, it's also on TV. I can't wait for the action. I'm sick of sitting around here trying to read a book. I need a laugh reaction. After I watched just once, then I was hooked. Now I don't want to miss any Saturday night, you know I'm tuned to Govs. I get to see Don and Benny. It's PUSUSU, put up, shut up, and stand up.
Oh, what? Come on now. Go ahead with that. Making me feel all warm. Get out of here, man.
This is Pat Trump with a special shout out to Put Up, Shut Up, and Stand Up. They're doing a fantastic job. Unbelievable job. They're doing things that nobody has ever seen. Okay, they're doing such terrific work. Fantastic job. Okay, they're doing so well. In terms of GNN, Gotham News Network's fake news report about hydroxychloroquine, we're all taking it at the Justice League. We're all taking it. I'm taking it. Wonder Woman is taking it. Aquaman is taking it. The Flash, we're all taking it. Okay? Superman is not taking it, but Superman is invincible. Okay, that's common sense. He's invincible. He's from Krypton. He's got superpowers. That's why they call him Superman. So all the best. Don't watch the fake news. Gotham News Network, GNN. Fake news.
Hi, I'm Rodney Razor Shorts. As you know, I'm running for Congress. And as Election Day nears, things are going to get pretty hot. So I guess I should get this off my chest. I am on my third marriage. The first two didn't go so well, probably because of the rampant philandering. My kids still hate me after I spent Christmas with that flight attendant. I live with my parents, mainly because I lost my life savings betting on illegal bare-knuckle boxing matches in my cousin's basement. All right, let's just say I have a few skeletons in my closet. And by that, I mean human bodies, devoid of flesh, that I keep as my personal trophies. Anyway, I figured this is all going to come out in the end anyway, so I might as well beat the press to it. So, you vote for Razor Shorts for Congress. Tell them Rodney sent you.
Paid for by the Jerk Party. Hey, everybody. Our next guest is a very funny guy. He's a TV, a radio show host, an author, and a comedian who could be seen on the Greg Gutfeld Show on Fox News. And his book, Mean Dads for a Better America, is available now wherever good books are sold. Here he is, everybody. The great Tom Shillue. Tom, how are you, sir? How's everything?
All right. I can hear that applause from here.
It's great talking to you, man. How are you doing these days in you know the kind of temperature of the world right now? How's it going for you?
Well, I mean, I'm trying to just shelter it out here. I'm living in Westchester now, in Bronxville, and I've been having a good time with my family. The kids just went off to camp, so finally we've been separated. My wife works at the camp. The kids are at the camp. So I'm doing the best I can. I'm getting a lot of exercise. I run every day. I'm getting a lot of time on my bike. I'm highly annoyed by the shutdown. I think that I'm on the, if there's anybody that's to the, I don't know if you want to say to the right of me on this, because it's so weird that for some reason, right-wing people are over the shutdown, but left-wingers just they love it and they want to stay shut down and into the fall and everything. It's over. I mean, COVID's over in New York. It's done. Right. It's so silly that people are walking around still in this sense of panic. But I'm about as least panicked as you can be about this situation. I mean, I think that there's a massive overreaction. I didn't agree with the shutdowns, but I'm not going to complain about it. There's a lot of people starting fights in stores. I don't do that. I just don't go to the stores. I ride around on my bike. I run. I don't wear a mask. and I don't go into a store because I don't want to get in mask fights with people, and I don't want to wear a mask. So I'm riding this whole thing out.
Are you going to allow the government to tell you you have to wear a mask?
And I also think there's a bit of hypocrisy, as we all know. It's been discussed a lot about with the masks and no masks, that the reporting of the masks as always seems to be during a right-wing thing. So like when they all gather around for Mount Rushmore, that's a big deal. But when they're rioting without masks, or if they're protesting without masks, then you don't hear so much hoopla on that end. So it's just kind of weird how they pick and choose, most of the time who they're going to point the finger at when it comes to that mask issue, and it's making it into a political issue.
Yeah, that's where it all came off. I mean, if anyone believes public health officials after that nonsense letter they wrote saying that protests are good for public health and they encourage protests, but people can't go to restaurants and they can't go to churches. I mean, it just shows you, no one should ever believe these public health officials again.
This demonstration showing most face masks are useless at trapping or blocking moisture.
Again, maybe it's another silver lining, but I think that in the future, it's not going to be everybody, because obviously there's about half the country really has a romantic notion of these control freaks. They really love it. But the other half won't stand for it anymore. And they better not. They better not stand for another shutdown, because there's going to be more viruses coming around. And I mean, if they try to do this again,
I think you'll see some major pushback if they try to quarantine again or shut down cities again. It didn't. I don't know if it really did anything positive. It didn't seem to change anything, really.
No. And again, you'll see, this is why guys I follow like Alex Berenson, also who's very good on this, is Ann Coulter. And she's hilarious too, because she really picks on the president, because I am not happy with Trump in this whole thing. I think he's really dropped it. I know he has the sense, you get the sense that he wants to be part of this crowd, but he listened to these people way too much. So Trump is not on my good list right now, and which is why I think his approval rating is down low, because right-wingers and generally freedom-loving people aren't too happy with him. So of course that takes off, a big chunk of his support there. So that's why his approval ratings are down, not because the country's soured on him, because pretty much his base isn't happy with him. They're happy lately with this stuff about the schools. He came out, he said schools have to be open.
Right.
So hopefully he'll start pushing back. That's what I'm looking for.
Well, that's why now we have a third candidate in the running now with Kanye.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about joining the birthday party.
Making sure that you all are entertained.
Where are you on the Kanye? He came out today with.
I mean, he's an interesting guy, and it's interesting because when he mentioned a couple of things. He talked about abortion. It's killing black people. That was a huge thing that came out of Kanye. Now, that a major pop star coming out and saying that abortion is bad for the black community. That seems like that would make a headline. That didn't make a headline. He also said he's not impressed with the Democrats and Joe Biden. Seems like that might be a headline. It wasn't a headline. He also said he's taken the red cap off. The headlines, Kanye comes out against Trump. So it's just funny, people pick and choose what they want to focus on.
You know what I don't like about, it's not that I don't like, what I need Saturday Night Live to improve on, or what I need the liberals to improve on is, if he don't look good, we don't look good. This is our president. He has to be the freshest, the flyest planes, the best factories, and we have to make our core be empowered. We have to bring jobs into America, because our best export is entertainment and ideas. But when we make everything in China and not in America, then we're cheating on our country.
As a comedian and a satirist such as yourself, your whole career been doing this with the Daily Show to Fox News, Red Eye. Is the temperature the way it is now make your job harder or easier? Because to be funny and to make light, I love your Schiff impression.
Jingle bells, Batman smells. Adam laid the foundation for impeachment. Why is he still in office? I wish he'd go away.
Let's try something else. How about a G?
Yes. Just throw a little Schiff.
Just when when I start thinking about Schiff, I start doing it. You know, I'm like,
Read him and weep.
And it's funny
So
because
good.
I am not even now I'm doing impressions for Gutfeld, but I'm not really an impressionist in that sense. I never was, or I never did that in my stand-up.
Schiff tries stand-up comedy.
I just flew in from California. It's a long flight. 5 hours to be exact.
I always love, Dana Carvey, because he would do impressions that were not even real. They weren't even close. He used to do, when I was younger, he was on SNL, and he would do George H.W. Bush, the first Bush. And he was just, it didn't make any sense. He didn't sound at all like Bush. He sounded like Dana Carvey, but it was this weird kind of character, and it was somehow, he got some weird essence of him.
Where today, 400,000 brave Americans await my order to annihilate Iraq.
So when I started doing Greg said, hey, do you want to do the Schiff? And I said, okay. So I started sending him some videos. And instead of trying to really be like him, because he doesn't have that, he's a little bit of a dullard,
Yeah.
I was kind of just creating this man who goes, ooh, and Schiff doesn't really do that. He's not always humming and talking to himself, but, oh, yes, oh, Greg Gutfeld. And somehow when I saw the video, I was like, see, it's almost like a Dana Carvey take on Adam Schiff, It's not, I don't really sound like him. I don't, particularly, he's not, he's just a weird character. So I just made him even weirder.
And you cornered the market on him.
I know.
I think
who else does it?
Yeah, just like Carvey used to do. I think everyone who does them is now doing you.
So stressed. Need to relax, Adam.
Because I'll even go, hello. I'll do my best to do it.
And I've been doing Biden for his show too.
I got a friend named Corn Pop. He knew about my hairy legs, but a guy with hairy legs can't eat syrup. You know that. I'm serious.
I discovered that with my Snapchat filter. I did the old age filter. So when I do the old age filter, I don't really look like Biden. But then if I squint and I make this face and I do the old age, it looks kind of like Biden. So I started making videos and sending them to Gutfeld, and he just started putting them on the air.
That's awesome.
Then people are like, hey, who does the makeup for that? I'm like, it's not makeup. It's just the Snapchat filter. I do them right here in this room,
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now I feel like the country's kind of, at least I feel like we're getting through it now, but a couple weeks, man, it's been really dark times. And it's hard to, I think you guys and Gutfeld and that whole group do a great job of kind of finding the satire, the funny.
Yeah,
but
and
it's got to be difficult.
Hunter, is that you?
It's Adam Schiff.
Never heard of her.
Well, it's not sketch comedy. It's not like Daily Show type satire. It's more like we used to do on Red Eye, which is introduce the story, Greg gives his take on it, and then he goes to the panel. And then we'll do a couple of silly videos in there.
Point out, Lou, is something that's relatively safe and happens on a fairly regular basis. Oh my God.
But the audience loves it. The show it's not hard to do. Obviously, we have no budget. It's, Fox News, it's not exactly, there's no writing staff other than the 5 people who are on the staff, these Fox News people, and Greg, and, Tommy O'Connor, he's the producer, great guy, and he does other stuff with me, and he used to do Red Eye. But the crew is just of people who like to have fun. Greg likes to have fun. They throw it together. It's hilarious.
That is so unnecessary.
So to speak of my job now, it's much easier that I have the Fox News team, that I have Gutfeld. Greg and I go out and do live shows now. We have the audience there. They're all Fox News fans. They love it. But without that, if I didn't have the Fox News platform, my career would be very difficult because I would have to just be, first of all, I would hide. I wouldn't give anyone any opinions at all, because everyone would be against me. You know, like all the people of the world would be trying to cancel me if I voiced my opinion, which they kind of are now. Like so many left-wingers, they're so self-serious and they're just, they've gone loony. And they're like, oh, Shillue, forget him. He works for Fox News. Like, they just write you off. You know what I mean?
This idea of purity and you're never compromised and you're always politically woke and all that stuff, you should get over that quickly. The world is messy.
I don't think I would be doing very well if I didn't have that platform, because I probably would try to be like a totally non-political comic, which my stand-up was never really political. So I'd just be out there still trying to work in that world. And, you know, it used to be very, back in the 90s, people were like, oh, Shillue, you're right wing, right? I'm like, yeah, I'm totally right wing. Then nobody really cared, you know? Now they're like, oh, you know, like it's the dark side.
If you only knew the power of the dark side.
The thing that changed was that Hollywood, you know, people at Comedy Central, they were always liberal, you know? But now they're like, they really are, they're at war. Like they won't work with anyone, you know? Yeah, they won't work with anyone who's conservative.
And that's crazy. It's like reverse of everything that they used to go against, you know? Yeah. Like, you know, when people were blacklisted back in the day for being communists, and then they were all anti, you know, you can't blacklist people. But now it's reversed, and it's okay to blacklist people if you're on the right, if you're not a communist. So it's kind of weird the way the pendulum swings. And, you know, I don't know if there'll ever be a uniform status quo. I think it's always going to be one way or the other. Yeah. And one thing I always loved about Red Eye and what you do is that a lot of people have a misconception that right-wing people cannot be funny, like genuinely funny, and have, you know, real hilarious inside jokes and takes on the world. And I love that you are able to do that. Do you ever find that misconception?
Well, I mean, but it's more than a misconception. It's patently absurd. First of all, people on the left obviously have lost their sense of humor about anything. They're people who used to be comedians. They never laugh anymore. They're just, they're online complaining about power, justice, and everything else. I mean, they've lost it completely.
If I found out right now that one of my good friends from high school was planning on voting for Trump,
you would?
I would really pull back from the friendship. That's such a huge, huge line.
It's a value-defining
value and just
character.
Yeah, all of it.
But right-wingers, I mean, they always were able to laugh at themselves. And some of my favorite comics, guys like Nick DiPaolo.
Trump actually had a great idea he couldn't have come up with this line. Somebody must have given him this line. They were saying, the press a couple weeks ago, a wall is medieval. And Trump goes, well, a wheel is medieval. We're still using that. It's a great fucking line.
I mean, who is a better club comic than Nick DiPaolo? You know, it's like that kind of energy used to be all over the stand-up world. I mean, when I started, I was in Boston. I did a few open mics at like Nick's Comedy Stomp in Boston, and I just barely started in Boston, and then I moved to New York. But that scene in Boston, I mean, those guys were all like, I don't even know if they were right-wing or not, but they definitely would not be welcome. That Boston comedy scene.
Right.
They would not be welcome in today's very politically correct world.
Jimmy Carter? What? If I don't like Reagan, I have to like. Therefore, it follows I like Carter. Fuck you. You're like a college student, aren't you? The college students these days are real hip. I support the president. I've got a computer in my dorm. I've never gotten late. I got drunk once. I'm pretty sure the beer was bad. Fuck you. Fuck your family.
Yeah, those guys were in Boston in like the 80s and 70s and 80s scene. Yeah, those are that was before this whole PC culture. And
I feel like Long Island still has that. You know, you go out to Long Island and you get that vibe.
I like to sleep with Amish women. That way, I can't call them the next day.
The scene in New York, when just the clubs, it's like, it's very oppressive. So I'm lucky that I'm not just running around begging for spots now, that I kind of I've carved out my own thing.
Right.
But you know, I mean, it's to some extent, yeah, I'm glad I don't need to be a part of this world. I don't even like anything anymore. I go to movies and I'm like, why did I even want to be with any of these people? You know what I mean?
I know it's turned. They're doing the opposite to a lot of people, the left, with their agenda. And like when you look at the woke celebrities, I think it's turning more people off than they realize, you know, and then now the left is starting to eat each other. When you start to see, you know, Jimmy Kimmel and Jimmy Fallon, you know, getting targeted, and also
they go after him. They go hard.
Yeah.
I mean, Jimmy wants to do a non-political show, but the woke mob won't let him. They come after him hard, and they, you know.
And Jimmy's a friend of yours.
Yeah.
Like, does he ever discuss any of that with you? Does he ever say, hey, man, what should I do? Should I stay away from politics? Or
No, but the great thing about Jimmy is he's never held, he knows I'm on Fox News. I'm right across the street. So
Right.
when we come over and we sing, he's like, how you doing? How's things over there? You know, like, he doesn't care. He does not, he really is not a political guy. I mean, it's just to his credit that he still has me hanging around, just because he's a good guy and he likes, from the beginning, we had that bit and we started singing together.
Yeah,
Me,
the barbershop.
A.B. Miles, his head writer. And everybody over there is liberal, you know what I mean? But I come over, they're like, the staff, they like me. Jimmy's been great. So, yeah, I mean, I think the guy's the best.
Yeah, awesome. And that's the Barbershop Quartet for people who don't know.
Watch me give it to you.
Cool jewelry shining so bright. Strawberry champagne on ice.
That's something that you do, like, for real too, right? Like, is that a real passion of yours, this Barbershop Quartet style? Because I've seen you do it a lot of times, and it seems authentic.
I'm backing up, backing up, backing up.
Like you're really doing it. You're not.
Yeah, it's our, you know, we've been singing together. I got a quartet called Scully Square. We started singing in high school, so that'd be 1984. And then that actual quartet, it was just a bunch of buddies who sang together in the bathroom. Then we put together the quartet. So from 86 to now, we've been singing together.
Nice boy, swell boy, but now they're saying he's not a well boy. He just isn't the same somehow.
But we still get together and sing. And, you know, we're not that great, but we've been doing it for so long. We better be marginally talented at it.
I always enjoy it every time I see you do it.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right, you ready for some hot topics?
Hot topics.
All right, the tearing down of statues. What do you think of that?
I'm against it in every case. And yes, that includes Stonewall Jackson. You don't have to like Stonewall Jackson, but you look at his statue and you say, oh, that guy was in the Confederacy? You learn, dummy.
Joe Biden in the basement.
He's got to get out of the basement at some point, but he's got some trouble and I don't think it's because of the dementia thing. He needs to do the shelter in place because everyone on the left is running scared. So if he comes out, they're going to say, get back in the basement. So at some point he's got to get out. I don't know when he's going to do it.
Cancel culture.
I mean, it's so over the top now. We just had Salman Rushdie and J.K. Rowling write that letter, and they said cancel culture it was a most reasonable letter, and they put it in the Atlantic, and everybody attacked them. Now they're all canceled for coming out against cancel culture.
I think you already answered this one, but wearing masks.
I'm anti-mask, but again, I'm not obnoxious about it. I don't throw tantrums. I carry one in my pocket. If I have to go into Home Depot and get something, and if they don't say you have to put it on, I don't put it on. But if they say put it on, I put it on. But otherwise, I will not wear a mask outside, ever, ever. I don't care who you are. You can't make me put a mask on outside. You're stupid if you're at the beach in a mask.
We got two more here. Woke celebrities.
Oh, I mean, what other kind is there? The only kind of celebrity I like now is, is like Scott Baio or who else is there? I mean, these are the people they used to make fun of. Scott Baio and Dean Cain. These are the cool guys. They're cool because they have a sense of themselves and they don't care what other people think about them.
Right. And finally, we did touch on this a little bit, but Kanye West for president. What's your thoughts on that?
He could be the most powerful man in America. If you think about it, Kanye they're telling Kanye, don't run because you'll change the election. Well, what kind of statement is that? I mean, what a way to use your power. I'm a black man and I can change the election just by announcing I'm running, whether he's serious about it or not. So that's power right there. And he should hold on to that. And he should say, oh, really? Democrats, you want me to drop out? What are you going to do about it? And he should make demands. We'll see if he does.
I like that take on it. Tom Shillue, you're awesome. I want to give a shout out to Taz, our mutual friend, for helping make this happen. Yeah, she's awesome.
Did she do the sketch for Three's Company, the show?
I think she drew that. Yeah, that's also that show too on Gov's Radio. Maybe she'll make a sketch of us right now doing.
I would assume that there will be one forthcoming.
Well, she's awesome. You rock. People can find you at TomShillue.com.
Easy to find, yeah, and TomShillue.com also easy to find on Facebook. And we've been doing these happy hours where we drink cocktails and we do trivia. And it's with the different Fox News stars. We've got another one tomorrow night, and it's at, I think at 6 p.m., but it'll be on Facebook, so you can find it. It's on the Fox Nation Facebook page, and it'll also be on my Facebook page, but it's the Fox Nation Happy Hour.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me. I know you are a busy man, and really great stuff. So thanks again, Tom, and we will talk to you soon, my friend.
Thanks a lot.
What? Come on now.
Another one.
See the people walking down the street, earbuds in, they're listening to Gov's Comedy Club Radio. Oh, but why just audio? Because we on TV. Yeah, we on TV. We on TV.
A guy walks in, his wife is watching TV. She's yelling at the TV, "Don't do it, you asshole! You fucking idiot! Don't go in that church! You jerk! Don't walk in that church! You asshole!" He says, "What are you watching?" She says, "Our wedding video."
All right, Benny, that's our show for tonight. What a fun one it was. A lot of fun stuff.
It was awesome, Don, as always. What a great show, man. I loved it. I don't know what better way to spend my time than to watch Put Up, Shut Up, and Stand Up, the quarantine edition.
I do want to thank Sheilah Smiley. I do want to thank Tom Shillue. I want to thank Ice Cube and Kevin Hart. And, of course, Ken Pichelle for the song. And, as always, Benny, you know it. We all know it. You're awesome, pal.
No, buddy, you're awesome.
You're awesome.
You are friggin' awesomest awesome of Awesomeville.
Wow. Wow. And if you want to see more Put Up, Shut Up, and Stand Up, go to our YouTube page, hit the subscribe button, subscribe, share, follow, like us, all that fun stuff. Let's keep it going.
It, baby. You too can be a YouTuber.
Yes, indeed.
Come on, let's ride the tube, baby. Woo-hoo, ride the YouTube.
Hey, Sheilah Smiley had me do my dance, man. So I just.
Oh, she did? Yeah. Oh, Sheilah's the best.
All right, everybody. We'll see you again next week. Peace out, y'all.